Hey guys, Chance Casey here with Chance Casey Real Estate Group, and today we're going to talk about some massive changes that are actually going into effect on August 1st of 2024. So originally we thought that they were coming out on August 17th, but Arizona decided to implement these changes earlier, which means that you guys actually do need to know about them now. So let's just jump into it. First, listing agreements are being changed to have a revision where buyer agency compensation and the listing agent compensation, they're basically just going to state that they're fully negotiable and that they're not set by law, which has always been the case, but has never always been the clearest, I guess, for sellers. So that's just going to be revised in the listing agreement. So there is a committee that's already met twice. Those new forms are actually going to get released on August 1st. So everything's kind of happening all at once. But this is a very big change for real estate. That portion isn't the big change, though. It's more that buyers now are going to be required to hire an agent before seeing any property. So, and it's not that the buyer is actually in a position where they are required to. They don't have to hire an agent at all. But the broker or the sales agent for the buyers have to have a signed agreement in order to tour the property or to show them a property in general. So if you want to work with an agent, which you should, because it's a very large transaction, probably the largest one you'll make in your entire life. Most people, largest investment, right? You do need to have a signed employment agreement, basically hiring an agent to work on your behalf and represent you. So let's kind of talk about the ways that you can save money while also hiring an agent, because hiring an agent obviously costs money. They're doing a job for you, which means that you are going to need to pay them to do that job. However, you can actually still get the seller to pay that commission. And so basically the way to do that is a form. And that form is also getting released on August 1st. And so what you're going to do is essentially whenever you make your purchase contract, draft your purchase contract, which your agent is doing for you, and all of the addenda that go along with it, like your HOA addendum, solar addendum, well, septic, anything that actually is incorporated here too for the purchase contract, you're also now going to have a buyer agency commission form. Now, we don't know the actual name for the document yet because it hasn't been released. It's going to be something along the lines of that. And in your offer, you're going to tell the seller exactly how much you want your buyer agent to be compensated from the equity of the property or the proceeds of closing. So if you've hired an agent, so let's say 3%, and you're like, hey, Chance, I want you at closing to get paid 3%. That's what, I think you're worth to help me make this huge move in my life. I'm also going to, when I make my offer, just go ahead and attach that form to the purchase contract and ask the seller to compensate you like they've done in the past. Now, obviously, it's negotiable so that the listing agent / seller can come back and say no, but you also don't have to buy the house. So your power as a buyer, especially in a slower market like we're in now, resides in the fact that you can negotiate these things. Not only can you negotiate the buyer agency compensation, my compensation, on your behalf, and that's what we're doing for you, but you can also negotiate the closing costs and stuff like that as well to reduce the overall amount that comes out of your pocket. And all of that's going to be handled on these separate incorporated forms that you're going to be utilizing. So those three major changes are what's occurring. So just to summarize, our listing agreements are changing August 1st. Number 2 is that buyers, if they're hiring a buyer broker, before they see a home, have to sign a buyer agency agreement or employment agreement. And number 3 is that we are going to have an incorporated addendum that gets attached to the purchase contract that basically correlates to how much compensation the seller is paying towards the buyer agency. So your agreed upon employment with the realtor. So essentially that's what's happening. It's happening next week, which is August 1st. I'm shooting this video a week before, just to let you guys know, keep you informed, and let you know how that process is going to work out for you. So thank you so much, and have a great day, guys.